All right, so jumping in, we've got game 2 of round 2. We've got
What? Oh, no.
Sea Viper
No,
from the
that's
most
fine,
recent
actually.
Street Fighter DLC and Faye Valentine from the Cowboy Bebop set. Two good symbol decks crashing at it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're doing something a little different this time as well. Tamron Cardwell here from TCGU. I'm going to be doing a bit of commentary over top of these matches so that you guys can kind of see what's going on and how it works. And I'll explain
Don't try and
how
justify
these matches are going to go and what
More
you're
total
seeing
tax
on
matches,
the
okay.
screen. So first big
points.
thing is we got to talk about each of these decks. So we've got Faye and we've got Sea Viper. And the way that the Faye deck wants to work, and I'll explain that because it's going first, is it wants to take two Spirit Shotguns and play them over and over and over and over and over again. That's just its whole idea. How many Spirit
When your combat
Shotguns
phase
can I
begins,
make happen?
response.
Yeah.
And so
That's cool.
the way that the Sea Viper deck wants to work is we are just trying to make the biggest, craziest, monstrous attacks that we possibly can. And so the pace of the game is actually going to be 100% set by Sea Viper. It's going to be all set by Sea Viper trying to just murder Faye as quick as we can.
Got it. We're good.
It's interesting that Faye only built three
no review.
foundations
Yeah.
because of the fact that
Yep.
Faye has only 12 attacks in her deck. 4 shotguns, 4 Black Dog's Fangs, 2 Meteor Style, 2 Fatality. There's a lot of interesting combos that happen inside of it. And so either she's posturing for Viper to be a little overly aggressive, or she's already found like her whole combo. And she's just waiting to build up her staging area. Sea Viper comes in with a solid build as well. Both starting out with Sense of Morals, which doesn't count towards progressive. Every time you play a card in this game, the card gets a little harder to play over and over and over again. And so cards that don't count towards progressive are essential when you want to have a really strong build turn.
Oh, this is cool.
Fatality on a 0.
Moving on to Faye's
Yeah.
turn. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about Fatality.
Respond to remove
One of the strongest cards in the game, honestly. Incredibly strong
Yeah,
inside of
responsible.
Faye, just because of how she wants to work.
I'll
A lot
try
of her
force it.
gimmick is, hey, I need to grab as much momentum as
Oh,
I
shit.
possibly can. And so it gives you momentum, and then
Oh, I
you
didn't
use
use my thing.
Faye's ability in order to
Is it too late?
snag
there?
an extra
It's not too
momentum.
late. My response. Thing. It's fine. It's fine.
And so it looks like we've got another Fatality possibly coming in.
Baddie.
Yeah. It really just depends on how Faye wants to organize it.
I think I'm okay with that. Ominous or this on a 5. 3? Dang.
Oof.
4, 5.
Yeah, kind of a little
Well,
crazy to see 2 attacks right in a
I'll
row from
Destroy and add something in.
Faye. Okay, let's talk about the main combo of the deck.
Yep.
So this is the main thing Faye wants to do. She's already found her
All
combo
wishing would, though.
Sure.
online.
Oh.
She already found her main combo online, which is off-symboled, meaning she's not playing this card under the good symbol. We're playing Trinity, which says that form, commit your checks to play attacks, get +1 for the rest of the turn. She's playing 2 5 difficulty attacks over and over and over and over and over again. And so with new Seong style, she builds in this off-symboled card because that's what this card says. And she's just essentially set up to just loop her entire staging area, her entire deck at you
Give it
forever and ever and ever.
+2. Which one was this? +2 damage with Faye.
And so now Sea Viper actually has to like deal with this attack, even though this isn't like the main combo of the deck.
Yeah,
This is just a
this is
setup
5%.
attack, because the least amount of attacks possible it takes to loop, the less likely Sea Viper can get through and survive the onslaught.
Breaker 2, I take 4.
So take 4, Breaker 2, meaning the next card that Faye plays is 2 difficulty harder, and we see where Faye goes from here.
5.
Honky Tonk, another really good tool to bring in the True Identity, and just build out some solid defensive options, grab a free momentum, and then and leave a non-block on top so the Faye can grab one. Pretty good, pretty good.
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna put, I guess I'll put Cherub Cyclone on top.
Response.
Yeah.
Once again, because we are playing with the DLC cards. They're not on UFS Ultra. If you haven't seen UFS Ultra, please go out there, support them. They're doing amazing things.
Yep.
It's not on Ultra, and so I can't actually show you what Sea Viper does. I have to pull it up in a separate picture slot. So what does Viper do here? We have quite a bit of stun hate, which is what Sea Viper wants to do. She wants to stun out your whole board and then murder you. And so if we haven't found like a real kill as Viper, we just have to build again, which just lets Faye have another turn.
Yep.
This Faye deck, 9 times out of 10, will find this loop by turn 3, turn 4. And so we're pretty much at halfway through the game. She already has one of the 2 pieces that she needs. She has to have the True Identity, and she has to have Scarlet Meteor, which is an asset. As soon as she finds those 2 pieces and 2 attacks that like will guarantee do damage, she'll win the game. And there's almost nothing that Viper can do about it. Did I say Scarlet Thunder or Scarlet Meteor? I meant to say Scarlet Thunder. It's the asset. So all Jeff as Sea Viper is trying to do is figure out what the correct line of play is. What attacks do I play? What foundations do I build? Do I push here? Do I not push here? Against a deck like Faye, you are setting the pace because you know that like at any point there are ticking time bomb. He opts to review and or discard draw and find the extra attack on top. So we're waiting for Jeff to make a play. I know playing against this Sea Viper deck in the pre-show before we got recording, this deck was incredibly explosive and was utilizing some really, really good tactics. Really strong cards could just blow you out in 2 attacks. But I feel like with how much stun hate that Faye has on board, that's probably not going to be happening.
I'm going to give it stun too.
Sure. I'm going to get this in a moment.
I'll stun too. I will respond, giving it 2 speed.
Sure. I'll stun that and...
Okay, so it looks like we've got a solid poke happening. This Sea Viper deck is fairly good. There's the asset we were talking about.
This, respond ready this.
I'll stun 1.
We'll stun the Sentinels.
Interesting.
I'll check it for this.
I'll use.
Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna go through this attack. It's possible that we give this thing +1 damage, but that doesn't feel very great, honestly. Not whenever as Sea Viper, if we have more attacks to be playing, it can just push out a ton more damage by giving pretty much everything else a million stun. Opt the honky tonk and build in the momentum hate card, and then just chooses to take the 6.
Go Lightning Fang.
Easy choice. Moving on to Lightning Fang, great card. This is his normal setup to be playing the
I'll stun too.
Burst Time, I believe is the card. It is the Sea Viper attack that comes inside of the DLC.
I will
in order to do a crazy ton of damage.
I'll stun 1.
This card's really, really rad because it says if it's not completely blocked, you freeze one of your opponent's committed foundations. And so being able to freeze the True Identity means that he's just staved him off of one.
That's fine. I will pass.
One turn of just free. He'd have to use something like Wandering Pirate to re-ready that card back up. So this is a really good play. It does look like we have the burst time in hand. And so as long as we can check decently well.
4. Got it. I'll respond, remove. What's the most attacks?
From here, you actually don't want to remove attacks. You want to remove.
We'll get rid of the Nutcracker.
You want to remove things that are
Doesn't do anything
nutcracker
against it.
targets. Things
Cool
like
enough.
burning
then
with
you'll take
revenge or
3.
sense of morals.
What are you freezing?
The true identity.
Trade and use the right call there.
We'll go burst time on a 6.
Yeah.
Burst time. That was
5,
correct.
6.
Let's go ahead and look at this card.
I'll give it.
So this card is an
stun 2.
absolute beating all by itself.
I'll check
Um,
with sense morals.
This card is a 2 high for 4 that
Oh,
has stun 1
stun
all by
2.
itself. It gives itself multiple and has multiple 3. Gives itself the momentum for the multiple.
I will
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
check with a mega shield.
I'll stun 1.
It looks like this might actually be game. We don't have any.
I guess we'll give momentum.
I will give.
Yeah, because this is
1, 2,
16
3,
damage
4,
all by
5, 6
itself.
Sure. I will pass.
I'll
Unless
give
I s-
multiple copies of this card's charge.
Pass.
I'll gain 3 momentum because of combo enhance.
Yeah, this is actually
pass.
gain
All
if
multiple 3?
Faye
I'll
can't find damage reduction.
I'll pass.
This is for 10 damage. The rest of
First possible?
these are
Yeah.
all
give it
doing
sense.
at least
I'll
2.
check with sense morals.
So
That
we,
doesn't ready.
I mean, we found it.
I'll pass.
I'll give it -2 damage.
I'll pass.
We found it, but it doesn't
I
matter.
will pass.
Send it for 2.
It's still
I'll
2,
give
2,
it stun
2.
2.
Yeah. I guess there isn't a whole lot I can do. Is there anything I can do?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And we go for the scoop. Yeah, they saw the fact that we don't have the damage as well. Well, good stuff. Burst time coming through. Obviously showing off how strong that card is inside of Viper. All right, into game 2. Faye versus Sea Viper again. Obviously we just saw that Viper just demolished Faye. 1 turn, 25 damage. But that's kind of the way that the Faye deck goes. It really relies on luck and having the correct
what?
card on the top of the discard pile.
Sure.
And the way that this Faye deck is wanting to
response.
work, it's all about like major setup plays. I will say though that I think because of the fact we didn't find the asset in time, it might honestly be a mulligan condition.
Yeah.
Like we might be. Oh, we found it. We found it already. Insane. As soon as we find True Identity, True Identity and then 2 attacks,
on a
we'll
5.
just actually win the game. Goes to attempt to build on a 6, build on a 5.
Up on a 6.
It doesn't matter. He just wanted to find more cards inside
no
of the
review.
deck.
Response.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want that. Yes, we'll give up one of these. It's fine.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about how the combo inside of Faye works now that we found the
Sense
asset. Basically, the way that the combo works is with Scarlet Thunder, you discard a momentum, which Faye is fantastic at generating, and if your non-throw attack deals damage, you add a different card from your card pool up to your hand. So the way that it works is you've got 2 Spirit Shotguns, which have an ability that says
I
if
built
this
5 no
attack
blocks.
is completely blocked, it still deals 1 damage. Or it still does half damage,
Is that
excuse me.
cool?
And so from there, when you play your shotgun, with Faye, you add a momentum. You play a second shotgun, you're saying that it deals damage. You discard the momentum and say if it deals damage, which it will because if it's blocked, it gets added. You add that first shotgun back to your hand, and then you play it again. And so you sit there and you
Alright,
just
it's
play
time
these
for you to
same
pop
2
me.
shotguns over and over and over and over and
Next
over
thing
again, and constantly add your momentum back so that your Scarlet Thunders are always live.
I can't do that. Alpha Male on a 3.
So we've now found our 3rd piece of Alpha Male. As soon as we get a True Identity inside of our discard pile and then our 2 attacks, we are live. This is the closest that Faye inside of this match has been to just making
I lost my
her go
chance.
off, and she's just going to kill Sea Viper. There's actually,
3,
if she can find the 2 attacks and the
6.
if she can
Thoughts?
find the
Ooh, me likey.
if she can find the 2 attacks next turn, she's just going to kill him. So on to
Let's get rid of this one.
on to Sea Viper's turn, and I'll pull her up back to the DLC screen.
Let's see. We
So Sea Viper does have 4 foundations. If we have a string of attacks in our hand, if we have burst time, we might be able to squeak a 25 damage here real quick. But it looks like we do have a 2 on top, so -2 damage on everything without and being able to block the thing that Viper pumps might just be the answer. Looks like we opt to build. For KS Natari in chat, Rando's downward Jägermeister, the Thunder Punch. Yeah, that's. I mean, that seems good. That seems like enough to me. Kind of crazy that downward spiral is also a charge.
I might want it.
So all Viper does is build to hopefully find more attacks. Honestly, I think you just like build every foundation you possibly can out. Because if Faye finds the combo, she's just going to kill you.
Yeah,
especially with how many foundations she has. If she finds it, she's just going to kill you.
Off mill on a 3.
Yep.
But it looks like we don't quite get there. But we keep building out. None of these cards are really detrimental to or really important for the strategy. It's just more defense of being able to spot draw, making all your blocks really good with Owl Shield. And so now it's just on to Sea Viper. Did we find a kill turn? Can Faye stave it off? And so we see what's going on. Looks like we have the Cherub Cyclone for sure. Boom. All right, Cherub Cyclone's coming in. Strong card, a throw.
4/5 respond.
Poor check, which is fine.
Good.
But just being able to deal this damage is totally all right. But this does mean that Faye's going to get to see a bunch of extra cards on my opponent's turn with passing the torch as well as Never a Day Without Training.
Sure.
We've got the block in our hand for Faye. I doubt this thing is going to be dealing damage. I think what we do at this time as Faye is we actually don't even worry about grabbing the momentum. Genuinely. I think the thing that we do is we just damage reduce this as much as we can.
Draw a card with Never a Day.
Yes.
Never a Day says draw a card. Wow, what a good draw. Never a Day says draw because we have a... that was a good play. That was a really solid play. Ready the...
Fancy.
Yeah,
Yep.
good
All
stuff on Faye.
I'll check it with the other sense. I guess.
Yours.
I will...
So what we've done now, because of a little over-aggressive stunning, is we have committed passing the torch, and with Sense of Morals, we get to ready it up every turn. And this card, passing the torch, says commit a draw card. And so Faye, for every attack that Viper plays this turn, he's going to be drawing an extra card. There's no reason right now not just commit and draw a card. It's just actually so free. It's crazy free. Kieran Soul's just played, so it looks like we're going to hit a block from Faye, saying that this throw is going to be dealing no damage. We held the high block, but that doesn't matter because of Kieran Soul.
Pass.
I guess I'll give it -2 speed because I can. Yeah.
Easy block.
Got it.
Yep.
No damage because of Faye. And if we throw another attack, we get to grab a momentum and just start our chain again. Really, really good stuff from Tyler playing Faye. All we have to do is now find 2 attacks and we win. We've got every single piece in that we need. And so can Sea Viper, Sea Viper has to push for the kill here.
Cherub Cyclone on a 6.
Going for another Cherub Cyclone. That's good news for Viper just because...
I'll give it stun to.
I'll add this to my...
That's good for Viper, just because we don't have another Kieran Soul. So this is guaranteed going to be doing damage.
I will check with Sense of Morals.
Check with a sense, ready back up a card.
Stun
Basically with the Sense of Morals plus... It's a really cool play.
Cherub Cyclone.
Sure. I will check with my other Sense of Morals.
With double Sense of Morals in play, it basically means that we say that the stun 2 from Viper just is negated, as long as we can discard the top 2 cards of our deck and successfully pass them.
Sure.
Which, as we said before, there's only 12 attacks in this deck. Giving it 4 damage, making it on the half block deal 5, a fifth of
What happens if it deals
Faye's
less
life.
I'll
And
gain
still
2
keeping
vitality,
it
and my
just
next
underneath
attack is +2 damage.
the if blocked deals half, Trap Cyclone will still trigger, which is really solid for us. I don't know why we haven't committed. Yeah, we could need to commit the draw the card.
Pass.
We found a fatality block, which is good. Like there's no reason not to block with this card. There's no way that we take 10 here. If we take 10 here, we put ourselves in the danger zone for burst time, which could and probably should be coming next. Like,
Also pass?
Yep.
I think you half block this and save your high blocks for burst times,
7,
but
8,
Yes.
3?
it's Tyler's really smitten on making this block.
Sure. Well,
It's on a 7.
Yeah, you don't have to.
oh, you're right. So we got to keep one thing up.
Yep.
So,
So I guess
because of Owl Shield and the way this card works, it says that cards in your card pool, your blocks ignore progressive difficulty. So while it's in your staging area, excuse me. So that first card that we blocked with actually doesn't matter. Interesting choice, leaving up the Protecting the Protector. This card actually just turns off Faye. Cyclone.
And then
Card just turns
6.
off. Ooh, not that great.
We
We were looking for
What's your max vitality?
the.
It's 28.
28?
We were looking for the
See shit.
charge
I'll
time,
start with stun 1.
so that
Sure.
we could like actually put on some real damage. There's actually no reason we couldn't have.
I guess I'll ready you back up.
I'll give it stun 2.
I feel like you actually ready back up the.
I'm going to add this to momentum.
If it's not completely blocked,
Yeah.
Check into the
what happened?
sense. Ready the.
I get to freeze one of your foundations.
Passing the torch, and then continue on from there.
Sense of morals?
I'll
Yeah.
stun 2.
No.
He's using the ability on Protecting the Protector.
I'll
Have to
pass
switch
the torch
screens for that.
Yep.
There it is. Yeah, discard momentum, which Fade just absolutely loves. After your opponent plays an ability that commits, destroys, flips, removes, or seals one of your cards, cancel it. What a strong card.
Maybe just
One of the
check
good
one
symbols for
for
Faye
Valentine.
Valentine. Crazy good. One of the best options that she has,
I'll pass.
especially whenever playing such a loop deck like this. Like anytime that my opponent tries to interact with my combo, I just say no, and I've got so much momentum to spare.
Didn't.
Ha!
It'll be fine.
Freeze the true identity.
Yeah. On a 4.
Yep.
Got it. Anything worthwhile?
Like I said, there's 3 rolling attacks.
Yeah, we'll get rid of those, I guess. Why not?
Yeah, it looks like we're
And then I'll
just blocked
take
with Fatality. Kids remove a cool thing. Be fine with it. I think this is a fine play from Faye. As long
Fine
as we can
first
keep
time, I
drawing
think I
cards
actually
off of
did
the.
that.
As long as you can keep drawing cards off of the
On a 3.
passing the torch, we'll eventually find it. So now we get to see if we can find the combo or not. We're playing 4 true identities, so just because that one is frozen doesn't necessarily mean that our combos are quote unquote dead. Why are we not reviewing non-attack
good?
cards?
Yes,
Respond?
Yeah.
Yes, we have to take that. We have to discard to draw.
And
Using-
respond.
Can I read what this one does?
Sin Battlesuit?
Yeah.
We'll also pull it up for us
Pretty
over
cool.
here.
I don't know if it actually stops you, but it might.
All right.
Yeah, I'll show it off there. That's the card that we're looking at, Sim Battlesuit. Interacts with actions a bit, interacts with the speed stat a bit. If we throw an attack here, we've got it.
Play shotgun on a 5.
Okay.
Had it.
So we found our shotgun.
I'll respond.
Spooky.
With racing its time on 4.
Interesting.
Got it.
I'll respond.
Yeah.
I'll commit Scarlet Thunder.
Yep.
The right choice, right?
That is the one to commit. That is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
Okay. So what's happened here is we have played Spirit
Yeah,
Shotgun, and then we
see
use
what
Race
happened.
Against Time after Shotgun is
see what's
successfully
true.
played to basically just quick change the attack into a different 5 difficulty attack, which we have now chosen as Black Dog Fangs. This card says after an attack resolves, it's been errata to say a different attack besides itself. You can take and discard a momentum, which Faye will always have, and then add it back to your hand. So as opposed to Spirit Shotgun being forced to use the Scarlet Thunder, we take and we now just have Black Dog's Fangs be able to loop themselves all by themselves as long as we can find momentum, which Faye will.
Could've just done
And so this is the other way to make this this big loop happen. Total con. I think if you're talking to KS, I think you actually play more like 12. If you're, oh hold on. I guess if you're not playing, we don't get to play Hellfire, so my brain stopped. Yeah, I think Randos and Downward, maybe Jägermeister if you're feeling spicy like a 2 of. Yeah, this is where Sea Viper actually has to put everything. If we have another Black Dog's Fang, this turn is pretty much over. Just being able to play these over and over and over again. 10. I think Total Con. I think 10's like a
that's fine.
very
Scarlet
solid
Thunder's
number.
fine.
My first stance is I want to get this one.
Hey, 8 to 10, easy clap. Yep.
I think I
Easy
just
peasy.
lose, I don't think it matters.
From here, I mean, it just all depends on how well Faye checks if she has the second attack. Maybe she's going to be digging with the passing the torches to try and find another attack. We do know that
Pass.
the viewers know that we have
Check with Sensible.
2 breaker blocks in hand.
All
Breaker 2 blocks. Jaeger is just a beating. That's just all you need to know. It just hits real friggin' hard. It makes up discard cards, which is solid.
I'll pass.
Check with Sense.
I'll pass.
Wow, that's really
I
good.
will alpha mail this in.
Super, super good. As we said, being able to destroy and build it in.
I'll pass.
I'll check with this.
I'll pass.
2 damage. I'll stun 1.
I'm not positive that we needed a stun there, actually. I think stun was actually
Since
an
once.
incorrect play.
Yeah.
Because now he has -2 speed on every single attack that we
I
do.
will
And there's plenty of breaker inside of this
pass.
inside of this
-2
deck.
speed.
Pass.
So too high for 8.
Send some morals.
I'll pass.
I'll also pass.
2 for 8.
So this is on a 4. Even if we check the 2, we honestly don't feel that bad.
I'll do that. Respond, Wandering Pirate.
Ready this in case there's another action played. And then, yeah, that's a good call.
I'll take 4, Respond Breaker 2 as well.
Any other responses?
Nah, you're good.
I'll form with Join Entity.
Yes.
And then we find the Black Dog. If we have a Sense of Morals, that is the right play to play here. It'll eat the breaker. Wow, what a read. On a 2, 3, 4, 5. It checks. And then from here, it doesn't count as progressive, so
That's
our Black
pretty
Dog's
good.
Fang is now
6. got it.
Checks a 6 because of the Tridentity form being able to lift stuff up.
Get this momentum.
Yeah,
excuse
from
me?
here, it's pretty much game over. I want them to go through the motions so that Faye can just show off what the deck does. But this is pretty much unstoppable unless Jeff can find something pretty nutty.
Sure. Stun 1.
I don't think there's anything like Shokin in the deck. In order to stop the Black Dog's Fangs from
yours.
lifting.
I will pass my needs.
Kieran's Soul.
Pass.
Pass. On a 4 again. Respond Breaker 2.
I'll respond with Black Dogs.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Pick up the other Black Dogs. Okay.
On an 8.
Checks a 5, 6. Commit 2,
6, 7,
7, 8. Yeah.
Right.
Totally fun.
8. First enhance will be, we'll check with this. For +2 damage.
I'll pass.
Sense Morals?
I'll pass.
Sense Morals?
I'll pass.
Momentum?
I'll pass.
Stun 1?
Honestly, from here, like I don't actually. Yeah, once again, there's just nothing that Sea Viper can do. So how do we get at the next
take
game?
8.
That's what matters here. How do we get at the next games? What does Sea Viper have to do? I think she did a really good job.
Honestly.
And Tyler's playing this exceptionally well. Played this exceptionally well with using the Race Against Time to grab double Black Dog's Fangs as opposed to relying on
Get
the
this momentum.
Scarlet Thunder in order to try and make it happen.
I'll pass.
I'll check a 4 with this.
I'll pass.
I'll also pass.
Takes the 8, go to 7. Discard a momentum, and then
On a
pick
6.
the other one back up.
Yeah.
Plays it on the 6 again.
I'll get this momentum.
Wowzers.
Yep.
Constantly.
triple
Sea Vipers doesn't have another block.
We'll let him. Well,
You might as well
we'll
just-
pass it.
I haven't blocked anything else. So.
Yeah.
And there it is. Push it for lethal, and there's the game. Going to game 3. All right, so jumping into game 3. Let's see how Sea Viper can make this comeback. Let's see how quick this Faye deck can find the pieces that she needs.
I'm good.
Yeah, this will be fine.
So let's talk about it. I think are there any Magna Card? I actually played this exact matchup on Saturday. Hey, that's rad. Who won your guys' matchup, Magna Card?
Sense Morals on a 2. Sense Morals on a 2.
Um,
Mail on a 3.
It looks like foundation-wise that Sea Viper actually doesn't really do anything to interact with what's going on Faye's side. And so like the main strategy that Viper's got to have is just like honestly she's just got to kill her. Like she's just got to kill her.
Response.
Every single time.
You obviously picked that card up. Yeah. Yeah. It certainly can be silly if you don't have a way to interact with it. Currently, Faye doesn't have any pieces on board, but she's got like half of a piece because of Alpha Male.
I
So
guess we will.
you definitely respond and you pick this up. You force him
This one.
to use these resources the entire time.
Oh, that was probably the wrong choice. Oh well.
I don't think it was the wrong choice. From here, either build and hold for a big, huge turn, or I think Pokemon's Nutcracker is actually a really good idea. Could possibly net you a momentum. It draws you an extra card depending on what you got in your discard pile. I think this is totally right.
Okay, let's go.
Deck's bad versus hand unless you have Symphony. Yeah, that's the thing about decks like this is you constantly have to counter.
Three?
You have to have the counter to the counter to the counter in order to make decks like this work.
Yeah, that's fine.
From here, I think you actually commit the Sensuit and you just try and dig as deep as you can into your deck. I think that's just like the only way that you beat this
I'll give
Faye
it stun
deck.
too.
Sure. I will
I'll go ahead and pull up Nutcracker for everybody at home.
Send some rolls.
Stuns you.
Committing both the sense and rolls. Totally fine play.
We'll add this to my momentum. with me.
Nabs him momentum so that if he can see an early
okay.
kill, he will.
Sure. Send some rolls.
That passed.
I guess I do.
You
get
should
rid
ready
of
it
something, huh?
Owl.
I will.
Don't
pass.
even think that Faye
I
blocks
will
this.
also pass.
What's
I think we
this?
just take the 6, yeah. It's not. Excuse me. My apologies. It's not worth losing the cards out of
check.
hand. Not losing the resources.
Probably not hot enough.
I see. Okay. All just lightnings. Got it.
So, from here, what do we do now?
Actually, gross.
So here is where like we're satisfied with our poke. Now we either build out. I actually think you just build out here. I think you just play a bunch of foundations and like be really really safe with it because
Okay. Oh, actually,
the whole game is all about
Sure.
like
Mm-hmm.
how close is Faye to popping off. You could see how she scales up. Just commit out. You're fine. Playing against a Faye deck like this is actually feels very similar to playing against a no attack Heidi. Actually, as silly as that is to say.
Nope, it's fine.
And so you can look at the strength of the board state, especially since this is game 3. You know what this Faye deck is doing. It's doing one thing, and it's doing it as consistently as it can. And right now, it's just not there. It can't kill you from here.
Yep.
And so the fact that he decided to not pass that card means that he put himself one check behind, possibly
Response?
killing him.
Yep. Never seen one.
Yes, you definitely
I'll
definitely grab that.
pick that up.
Yeah.
That, if we have burst time, might be the game. We know we have double Cherub Cyclone in hand. It looks like we have a.
Did you check any attacks in the last turn?
Looks like we have a
I
Folktale
did, yeah.
Storyteller.
When I decided to stop attacking you, I checked 2 attacks.
Okay.
Alright, we're just gonna Cherub Cyclone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Checks.
Cherub, moving on.
I'll give it stun 2.
Sure. I will. Alpha male.
Alpha Male, bring in. Yeah.
I like that pretty good if it goes to the top.
Yeah, it'd be very, very good.
I'll stun 2.
I guess we'll start setting you up so that it can't be frozen, hopefully. We will. Sense of morals.
Okay. Since Morals readies up the.
Stun 1.
We'll get this into my momentum.
So as the Fae player, we're trying to commit all of our cards as much as we can because we know that one of these attacks that Viper's going to be throwing is going to
Cherub
have a
Cyclone.
ton of damage based on however many committed
We'll-
cards that we have. So the more options that we have to ready up our whole board from a stun, the better. I'm trying to keep our whole board as untapped as possible. If
Sense of
we
morals.
pass everything correctly, we should only we're because we have double sense of morals. Once again, we're negating
Owl Shield.
Yeah.
Fails.
we're negating Viper's ability.
Oh, honky tonk. Listen.
I'll pass.
We've got the Black Dog's Fangs. Now's the time to play it. I also think that we should be partial
Cancel.
blocking.
I'll pass.
I will also pass
3 high for 6.
on a 6.
Finding a full block. Checks a 5. Commit one of the
Yep.
re-readyable cards. Easy block. But this turn we definitely don't have Owl
Let's
Shield.
Go Cherub Cyclone on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
5. 6. I'll give it stun 2.
Sure.
So everybody at home, if you're still with me, I want you to really pay attention to Jeff's board, right? If
All stun 2.
he fails his turn by 1 foundation, it means that we should have passed
Hold
the
on, sorry.
prepare to fight, or not prepare to fight, passing the torch last turn in order to build it in. If he doesn't, then
That's
I
fine.
guess it's a moot point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sense
I'll stun 1.
sense of morals.
All owl shield.
Uh-huh.
An extra 3 damage. So 9 damage throws coming at you. Really, really strong stuff. Owl Shield's such a strong card. Does everything like
Will
your basic UniVersus deck wants to do. Makes it easy to block
my
and defend yourself.
Cherub
Throws out
segment?
massive damage.
yeah. I will.
It does look like we have a burst time in our hand.
Can I see your discount?
I think from here we actually go ahead and give it the +4 damage. It's already doing so much. We can tell that he doesn't have the excuse me. We could tell he doesn't have throw hit outside of where's the volume of my mic? Okay. I can do that for sure. I just they're in the other room and I don't want them to hear me.
That sucks that that is.
I think this might just be a dead Faye.
I will pass.
I said this one already, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm good.
I totally think you give this thing 5 damage. Just sock him in the mouth.
On a 7. 5, 6, 7. Breaker 1.
And then you'll take 5.
I'm not in love with that
Gain
play on the
nothing,
block.
+3 to my next attack.
Mm-hmm.
Breaker 1 means 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Ooh, buddy.
2.
Fuck. Damn it. Fuck.
Crazy.
I mean, I guess we still have a chance. But that was actually the perfect play.
Respond.
That was what I was going for. That exact thing.
Wow, there are 2 checks on top of his deck.
He checked it 2, which is
So we
the
played
play was that I have to play the shotgun so that if he checks it 2 when he plays this multiple 3 attack, he can't pass it because I breaker 1'd him. But then he played a card that removed, but then he still checked it 2, so I did the play perfectly. Like I fucking had the reads.
Tyler's over here saying that he had the reads.
Which
The
one do
read
I
is reads.
play?
But now it's on a 4, 5, 6, and if he checks a 3, he doesn't pass it. So
Yeah, this is
there's still a chance. Fuck.
I guess we play this one because if I check bad, do I play 4s? Yeah, I definitely play 4s. If I check bad, on a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I have 6.
And there it is.
Yeah.
I'll give it stun 2.
Yeah.
I don't know how Faye gets out of this.
I'll give the multiples charge.
I'll pass.
I'll
Find the
I can't block.
burst
Okay.
time. And we're going to the scoop. We know the multiple's
I'm
coming.
gonna load it up on this one.
It is inevitable that the burst time kills him. Yeah, good stuff from Sea Viper. Taking down Faye.